I arrived super early to watch the Braves play tonight at Truist Park. And there's the Xfinity something. And that just sort of, this is going to be, I'm afraid, sort of grumpy, grinchy kind of video. But then y'all wouldn't have it any other way, would you? This is the area called the Battery, which is sort of an area that's been built around this stadium, which just became the stadium for the Atlanta Braves in, gosh, I don't know what year, maybe 7 years ago or so. But between 7 and 10 years ago, I'm wanting to say. It doesn't really matter. But they moved out of the city, which is fine. It's understandable. And they moved out here to the sort of nice suburbs, except that it's sort of all a big part of I mean, Atlanta has grown in all directions, maybe more than any other city in the world. I don't know that for sure. It's just something I'm saying off the top of my head. Maybe it's a kind of perverse local pride that makes me say that, even though I think it's a really bad thing, and I really hate Atlanta right now. But it has grown since I grew up here. I grew up in suburban Atlanta. It has grown just well out of proportion to what I would say, what one might call normal growth or healthy growth. And so at some point the Braves franchise decided we're going to move out of the quote unquote inner city. Oh, poor little kid fell down there. He'll be all right though. They fell out. They decided to move out to the suburbs, which is where probably most of their base is. And they built this structure. They built the stadium out here, which was SunTrust Park until SunTrust became Truist, and then it became Truist Park. There's something about living in the age where stadiums are named after corporations. That's I don't know. It's very RoboCop. It always makes me think of RoboCop. But what they also did is they fashioned this area that they called the Battery, which is a bunch of overpriced restaurants. Again, not trying to sound too much like a grumpy old man here, but it's nice, quote unquote, in that it's well kept, and it's I could see the argument for why this is preferable to some grody area downtown that's not well kept, where the the dumpsters are just filling over with junk, and there's bums everywhere, and but there's also this kind of there's this artificiality. It's not real. It feels like something. It feels like a theme park. And then you have this kind of housing around these parts. Now, on the one hand, these apartments are quote unquote nice in a way. I'm sure they cost a lot. I'm sure I could never afford to live here. And it'd be cool to live here because you'd be close to the ballpark. But there's something about the structure of these. It's like how everything new that's been thrown up lately, kind of looks like this. Kind of has this boxy, brutalist sort of look and feel to it. Like the aesthetics leave something to be desired. You know, if they were trying to go, it would be more. I'd be more with it, more out. I'd admire it more if they were trying, even with all the corporate-y vibes, if they at least tried to do something like some revival of neoclassical or some kind of architecture that wasn't so appalling. Anyway, these are the kind of apartments, and then you've got Comcast over there. You've got so this is, you know, corporate city basically. This is like the community they were what was it, OCP was trying to build in downtown Detroit. It makes me think of that in RoboCop. Anyway, I don't know what else I really have to say about any of this stuff, except it's just par for the course. It's like we live in very, oh look, there's me. There's my reflection. We live in a very corporate era. And used to be the ballparks were named. I know there's always been chicanery. I know that there's always been dirty stuff happening, and I'm not naive enough to think that in the past, you know, it was wonderful. But and while I have to say there's in a way, you know, this is, again, I say nice. I put nice in quotation marks. And there you have the Battery Atlanta. Battery, y'all. The Battery ATL. They don't even want to say y'all anymore. Nah, this isn't the South. This is Atlanta. So, you know, there's some more similar looking apartments. And yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I guess that's the only way I can end this video, by saying that insipid yet somehow ubiquitous and somehow in its own way semi-profound statement. It is what it is. For all the emptiness that it embodies, there's a profundity there. So here we have the Battery outside of Truist Park in Atlanta.